Okay, Shema, how far have you gone?
My name is Fayo Williams. I'm a pharmacist by training. I'm also a safety professional. I run a firm called Laureates Supply Limited, and the website is relyhealthandsafety.com.ng. We produce first aid kits, and I offer first aid training, public enlightenment in various aspects of health, and so on and so forth. On the other side, I have been in business for about 25 years, and I have been able to advise other entrepreneurs on how to start up their businesses or improve existing businesses. And that is all done under Simply Exponential Consult Limited. We also have a website, www.simplyexponential.com. It was interesting. You know, the main thrust of the program was about presentation. And we were given three very interesting openers. First of all, you could provide statistics, and this tends to engage the audience better. Secondly, we were told about starting off with a story. And then thirdly, we were also told about asking questions, and this could keep the interest of the audience going. And this was just to corroborate some of the information I already had. And since then, I've applied it quite a lot. In most proposals that I write now, I do provide statistics, and that even helps a whole lot. Yesterday, I had a post on Facebook, and I gave statistics on injuries affecting children. And this was in order to promote our first aid kit. So this helps the parents understand how probable it is for these little accidents to occur and why they need to think of the first aid kit. So that's how I've been utilizing the information gained. Well, the exposure to technology was so great. You know, we had the merchant, address us on payment processing and so on and so forth. And in the second website that I have developed, I've been able to put in a payment processing platform, because that really showed me that the customer of the 21st century is in a hurry to make a decision, in a hurry to make a purchase, and whatever we need to do, we need to provide the solutions right there for the customer to make up his or her mind and get on with the game. I would love to participate in projects involving technology, using technology to solve some of the social problems we have. For instance, I believe the level of safety awareness is really low right now, and I have a stint on radio. Every week I come up with some aspect of safety that people need to learn about. Today I spoke about safety at recreational centers. Most people go to beaches or go over to amusement parks, and they have no thought about safety at all. So I would like to use technology to provide information and to provide emergency services where needed. Well, I believe for most of us, we use our phone the most. And I don't believe that I'm fully utilizing the phone. I think there's so much more that the mobile telephone can do for us. There is access, to the internet. We do have data, but sometimes the bandwidth, the speed, there are challenges in that area which I would like the authorities to look into. This is because having a mobile phone in the palm of your hand is an empowerment tool. We could learn from it, we could exchange information, we could get alerts on danger ahead, we could get alerts on products that should not be in circulation. And I believe there's so much more that can be done through the power of mobile telephony. I think that women are rather disadvantaged when it comes to technology. First thing is for them to receive permission. In many situations, the girls stay back at home, do cooking, do the caring, and the boys tend to have more opportunity. I would use my experience. Even while growing up, I always had to come back to make lunch, during the holidays. But my brother, he had the run of the whole day to do whatever it was he wanted to do. And I also believe that women need to be given an opportunity to really leapfrog that digital divide. They need it more. We should encourage stay-at-home moms to do a lot of work. They can do editing, they can do video, they can do videography, create graphics on a PC. While the children are growing up, they can be closer to the home and work from home leveraging on technology. So we really need to encourage women to come out of their shell, acquire the necessary skills, and be able to deliver good work, at their own pace, at their own time, still having in mind their social responsibility, which is always quite close to their heart, and in many cases they make sacrifices for these social responsibilities. I just felt that Intel was all about a chip in my PC. They didn't have a face. It didn't have any bearing or influence on me. But after the program, I realized the human side of Intel, the empowerment side, the advancement that one could get from being exposed to information. And I would like to say kudos to Intel. That was really great. I found out through social media and I decided to follow up, and I didn't regret attending the program. I met a whole lot of people at the program. Particularly, I met a lady who makes shoes using the local fabric, and I've kept in touch with her, and we do hope to do something together because vocational skills are essential for the growing army of youth that we have in the country. Just to take you back to your question about how I got to hear about this, I'm quite active on social media. My Twitter handle is @Fayo Williams. I'm also on Facebook, Fayo Williams, and both the companies have a LinkedIn profile. From time to time, we give updates, we share knowledge, particularly in the areas of business management or health and safety. The title of my radio program is Safety Train, and it comes up on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM every Tuesday from 10:30 to 11. The interesting thing about Safety Train is that it provides information to various stakeholders, starting from the government, what should be done in the area of safety, to the public, to the practitioners. We try to engage all of them so that everyone is on the same page when it comes to safety. I believe for me there are always other programs to attend, and I tend to prioritize. The reason why I chose to attend the Intel program was because I believe a lot in the power of technology, how we can leverage on technology to grow SMEs. And to me, the information that I gained at the event has definitely helped to put my company in a better place. I did expect to learn more about technology in business, and that was really brought to the fore. I also expected to do a lot of networking, And more importantly, we heard a little about the story of the founder of WTech, and I think that was quite inspiring. I also admire the work she's doing to get more women on board when it comes to technology. So my expectations were met, and I look forward to utilizing the information even on a larger scale. With some support, we can really get out safety tips to the generality of people and provide intervention whenever there are health challenges or medical emergencies. That really is my passion, and I would like to get to that. Oh yes, the atmosphere was very comfortable. We had a hall, we had a stage. The speakers were quite experienced, and we were encouraged to network. So I met female entrepreneurs in various fields, and generally after each speaker we had the opportunity to ask a lot of questions. In fact, after the program, I invited a representative of the payment processor to my office in order to understand better, and he met with my team. Even though we decided not to use that particular platform due to one or two needs that were not quite met with that particular platform, it helped to increase the overall understanding of payment options using technology. And since then, like I said, we've been able to input a payment processor on simply exponential.com, because we have halls for hire, we have how-to guides for SMEs, and we're making this available for customers, to make the decision and send us a payment virtually immediately. Yeah. Well, it's been a while, but if I do recall, I think we had some of that information right up front on the stage. I believe we had this some roller banners and some other marketing materials within the event center where it was held, within the hall. I believe it was the hall of the school. Yeah.
Beautiful. So would you say the program was, did you have an impression that it was an Intel program?
Yes, we were told that it was an Intel program, and I believe Intel was well acknowledged by the founder of the NGO who organized it. And thereafter, we were able to exchange a lot of ideas with some of the resource persons, and that was underpinning information that it was an Intel program. Well, it took a greater part of the day, but because we had lunch in between, I remember, but it was worth it in that we didn't really feel the passage of time, with the different speakers, the interaction, the networking, and we even had the opportunity to win prizes. And I remember winning a branded jotter that I filled up with a whole lot of information, and I still have it today. So it was well organized, and the flow was really smooth. The program was not overwhelming for me. It was welcome. It was the right amount of information. It was information that one could utilize, and that was good. Well, I have kept in touch with a few of them, and I believe the inspiration was mutual. In some cases, particularly the lady who was able to tell the story, to begin her speech. And on my part, I also was very, very active. I participated a lot, and I believe that I touched on some people who came on later to ask about the women's network I belong to, which happens to be the NECA's network of entrepreneurial women, that is new. This was shared with a few of my colleagues, and since then we've had a few of them come on board, because it's important to have access to information, access to support from other female entrepreneurs, and enablement to use tools like technology to grow our businesses. I believe that there are pros and cons to each of those options. For an online training, it is interesting because you can work at your own pace and at your time. It's cheaper possibly for you to attend rather than transporting yourself, to be on site. But for the face-to-face workshop, the advantage is in the number of people you could meet that could affect you, positively and become part of your network, the ability to ask questions and get a response immediately, to understand better. So I would say that there are pros and cons for either of those options. Yes, I believe that having a mentor is very important. I do have one. I've noticed that a lot of successful people have mentors, and I think a mentor is there to guide you. A mentor doesn't make the decisions for you, but can actually provide linkages, can handhold you through some of the difficult times or the challenges that you may have in business. So I believe it's important to have a mentor. I have also acted as a mentor to other upcoming entrepreneurs. Definitely, mentorship is a phenomenon that I believe is just here to stay. Definitely, what I have learned has been useful to me immediately in my business and has had impact on my family, because it's all about evolving leadership skills, better communication skills, being able to put your ideas across, leveraging on technology to make work faster, easier and better. Definitely, this has helped my business and my family life. Oh yes, I have to an extent. Whenever I have the opportunity, I put in a story, I engage people with questions, and like I mentioned, as recently as yesterday, I included statistics in my Facebook posts. So I do utilize this information from time to time. Okay, I admire Google because right now they have an initiative to bring a great number of youths and professionals and women up to speed in digital marketing. So I think this is a skill that every entrepreneur should have. I also admire Microsoft. Recently I had some interaction with them, getting some software, original software, and I find out that there's just more that seems to be added every time. There's so much more that the programs, the packages can do, and that to me is very, very interesting and very helpful for small businesses to have cloud computing, to have access to cloud computing, to have the word processing, to have the spreadsheets, to have presentation software, being able to infuse videos in your presentation. I think that's just awesome. With that kind of environment, the sky really is the beginning and not the limit. I admire Richard Branson. I'd love to meet him. I just think he has the most out-of-the-box ideas ever, starting from when he flew the balloon and whipped up so much publicity. I like the idea of him telling us that he recruits people who are smarter than him. I like the way he's rolled out a number of businesses and their and the relationship between those businesses, and the fun part that is offered in virtually all his businesses. He's someone I really admire. Oh, definitely. You know, learning is a continuum. It's something that you should never stop learning. We have to learn, unlearn, and relearn all the time. And this really is the key to success in the future.